Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the world of comics, TV shows, and everything in between. Today, we're talking about one of Amazon Prime's biggest hits, The Boys. Specifically, we're going to break down one of the most intriguing characters, Black Noir. The show and the comics have given us two very different takes on this mysterious character, and today, we're exploring all those differences. So buckle up, because it's going to be a wild ride. Black Noir. Let's start with a quick introduction to Black Noir. In both the comic and the TV show, he's a silent, deadly member of the Seven, the elite superhero team managed by Vought International. But that's where the similarities end. In the comics, Black Noir first appears in The Boys Won the Name of the Game, Part 1-inch, and makes his last appearance in The Boys 65 Over the Hill with the Swords of 1,000 Men, Part 6. His comic book persona is much darker and more sinister compared to the TV adaptation. In the comics, he's not just a quiet killer. He's a ticking time bomb with a purpose and a dark past. From the get-go, Black Noir is portrayed as a force to be reckoned with. His silence is unnerving, and his actions are even more terrifying. He's a character shrouded in mystery and fear, making every appearance he makes on the page a moment of tension and dread. Black Noir is a Homelander clone. One of the biggest reveals in the comics is that Black Noir is actually a clone of Homelander. Yes, you heard that right. In The Boys 65, Black Noir takes off his mask, and it's confirmed. Vought International created him as a contingency plan in case Homelander went rogue. This is a huge plot point that the TV show hasn't touched on yet. In the series, Black Noir's face remains hidden, adding to his enigma. The decision to make Black Noir a clone of Homelander was a masterstroke by the comics creators. It adds a layer of complexity to both characters and raises the stakes dramatically. Imagine having a twin whose sole purpose is to destroy you if you ever step out of line. That's the kind of psychological torment Black Noir represents for Homelander, even though he doesn't know it until it's too late. Powers and abilities. Now, let's talk about their powers. In the comics, Black Noir is stronger than Homelander, despite having fewer powers. He has superhuman strength, durability, and speed. In the TV show, we see he also has superhuman hearing. According to a simulation in the comics, Black Noir is the only member of the Seven who can defeat all of the boys at once. Pretty intense, right? But here's a fun twist. The show gave him a nut allergy, which is something not found in the comics. This quirky weakness was actually inspired by Nathan Mitchell, the actor who plays Black Noir, who is allergic to nuts in real life. This adds a unique, humanizing layer to the character in the TV adaptation. It's a small detail, but it makes a big difference in how we perceive Black Noir on screen. Major plot differences. Alright, let's get into some of the major plot differences. In the comics, Black Noir is responsible for some of the most heinous acts, including the incident with Starlight and framing Homelander for various crimes. This eventually leads to a dramatic showdown where Black Noir kills Homelander, only to be killed by the boys and the US military right after. On the other hand, the TV show's version of Black Noir is a bit more reserved, sparing a child during a mission and being killed by Homelander himself. This change in the TV show alters the dynamics significantly. In the comics, Black Noir's actions drive much of the plot's tension and ultimate resolution. His framing of Homelander leads to a violent confrontation that ends with both their deaths. In the show, his death at Homelander's hands adds a tragic twist to their relationship, showing that even the most loyal members of the Seven aren't safe from Homelander's wrath. The incident with Starlight. Speaking of heinous acts, let's talk about Black Noir's role in the incident with Starlight. In the comics, he is part of the trio that sexually assaults Starlight when she joins the Seven, alongside Homelander in a train. This brutal initiation is a stark contrast to the TV show, where it's the Deep who assaults her, and he faces significant consequences for his actions. This change in the TV show not only alters the dynamics within the Seven, but also shifts the focus of Starlight's story arc. By isolating the incident to the deep, the show gives Starlight a clear antagonist to confront, and it allows for the Deep's character to undergo a sort of redemption arc, however flawed it may be. In the comics, the collective guilt and depravity of the Seven are more apparent, painting them all with the same brush of corruption and moral bankruptcy. The feud between the Seven and the Boys. Fans of the Amazon series hate Homelander for sexually assaulting Billy Butcher's wife Becky, leading to the birth of their son Ryan. However, comic fans know a very different story. In an effort to make Vought sanction a hit on Homelander, Black Noir assaults Becky while disguised as Homelander. This turns Billy into a vengeful person. Together with the rest of the boys, he vows to take down Vought International and everything it stands for. This twist is crucial because it not only deepens Butcher's vendetta, but also explains his intense hatred for Homelander. In the comics, Butcher's rage is misdirected for most of the series, adding a layer of tragic irony to his crusade. When the truth is finally revealed, it's a gut-wrenching moment that recontextualizes everything we've seen so far. Black Noir's true level of ruthlessness. Let's talk about just how ruthless Black Noir is in the comics. There is no heinous act that the comic book version of Black Noir won't do. His attitude towards children isn't admirable either. There have been moments when a bored Black Noir has been seen cannibalizing children just for fun. This is in stark contrast to the series version of Black Noir, who spares the son of a terrorist powered up by Compound V. This stark difference in characterization shows how the showrunners chose to tone down some of the more extreme elements of the comics to make the series more palatable for a broader audience. The comic book version of Black Noir is an embodiment of pure, unchecked evil, while the TV version is still a deadly enforcer, but with some semblance of boundaries. Black Noir's original costume. Now, let's discuss Black Noir's costume. In the comics, he has a complete head-to-toe black suit with no special designs or compartments. It's basically what Spider-Man would look like if he fell in a pool of black ink. His appearance in the series is a little different as he has a shade-like device in front of his eyes and pentagon-like designs on his chest. Sections of his costume also appear grayish rather than black. The design changes in the TV show give Black Noir a more tactical, modern look, which fits the series' aesthetic. It also makes him visually distinct from other characters, adding to his mysterious and intimidating presence. Black Noir's regenerative healing factor. Black Noir might be strong, but he doesn't heal as quickly as a superhero should. This has been hinted at in the series. During a confrontation with Queen Maeve and Starlight, part of his lower face becomes severely burned and doesn't heal. Comic fans know just how bad Black Noir is when it comes to healing. Homelander once burns his arm with his laser vision, and it takes forever to heal. This limitation adds an interesting dimension to his character. Despite his immense strength and combat skills, Black Noir isn't invincible. His slower healing factor makes his injuries more consequential, adding a layer of vulnerability that's often absent in other superpowered beings. It shows that even the most formidable members of the Seven have their weaknesses, making their battles more intense and their defeats more impactful. The incident with Becky. Next, let's delve into one of the most tragic and pivotal moments in the comics. The incident with Becky, Billy Butcher's wife. In the show, it's Homelander who assaults Becky, leading to the birth of Ryan. But in the comics, it's Black Noir who commits this horrendous act while disguised as Homelander. This deception is a crucial plot point that fuels Butcher's intense hatred and desire for revenge. This change significantly alters the motivations of the characters involved. In the show, Homelander's direct involvement with Becky and Ryan adds a personal vendetta for Butcher. In the comics, the reveal that Black Noir was the true perpetrator is a shocking twist that redefines Butcher's mission and adds a tragic layer to his relentless pursuit of vengeance. This twist in the comics serves as a powerful commentary on the nature of misplaced anger and the devastating effects of deception. The showdown between Black Noir and Homelander. One of the most intense and climactic moments in the comics is the showdown between Black Noir and Homelander. Frustrated that Homelander never went rogue and thus never gave him a reason to fulfill his purpose, Black Noir takes matters into his own hands. He frames Homelander for various atrocities, pushing him to the edge. When the truth finally comes out, it leads to an epic battle where Black Noir kills Homelander. This confrontation is a dramatic and brutal turning point in the comics. It not only marks the end of Homelander, but also reveals the true extent of Black Noir's madness and dedication to his mission. The TV show takes a different route, with Homelander killing Black Noir, showcasing a different dynamic and adding a layer of tragedy to their relationship. It highlights the themes of loyalty and betrayal, showing that even among the most powerful beings, trust can be a fragile thing. Black Noir's death. In both the comics and the TV show, Black Noir meets a brutal end, but the circumstances are quite different. In the comics, after killing Homelander, Black Noir is attacked by both the boys and the US military. He's disemboweled and severely burned, and eventually, Billy Butcher finishes him off by crushing his brain with a crowbar, finally getting his revenge. This moment is a culmination of Butcher's rage and quest for vengeance, bringing a bloody and cathartic end to Black Noir's reign of terror. In the TV show, Black Noir's death is more personal and tragic. Homelander, feeling betrayed upon discovering a secret Black Noir kept from him, kills him in a fit of rage. This death is less about epic confrontation and more about the personal dynamics and relationships within the Seven. It serves as a stark reminder of Homelander's unpredictable nature and the thin line between loyalty and betrayal in their world. Black Noir's relationship with Stormfront. Another interesting difference between the comics and the show is Black Noir's relationship with Stormfront. In the comics, Stormfront is a male Nazi and the genetic template used to create Homelander, making him, in a sense, Black Noir's father. This connection is absent in the TV show, where Stormfront is a female Nazi and has no direct connection to Black Noir. This change simplifies the backstory and relationships among the characters in the TV show, focusing more on the direct conflicts and dynamics within the Seven. It also allows the show to explore Stormfront's character in a new light, including her twisted romance with Homelander, which adds another layer of complexity and darkness to the story. Black Noir's speech. One of the most shocking moments in the comics is when Black Noir finally speaks. Throughout the series, he remains silent, communicating only through actions and occasional strange sounds. But in his final moments, he reveals everything the crimes he committed while impersonating Homelander and his true purpose. This confession is a pivotal moment that redefines everything the characters and readers thought they knew about him and Homelander. This revelation is a powerful narrative twist that adds depth to Black Noir's character. It shows that his silence wasn't just a quirk, but a deliberate part of his dark mission. In the TV show, Black Noir's silence remains unbroken, keeping his character more mysterious and enigmatic. This difference highlights the divergent paths the two adaptations have taken in developing their characters and storylines. Black Noir's influence on the story. Black Noir's presence in both the comics and the TV show has a profound impact on the overall narrative. In the comics, his actions drive much of the conflict and resolution, directly influencing the fates of both the Seven and the boys. His role as a hidden antagonist adds layers of intrigue and suspense to the story, making every revelation about him a game-changer. In the TV show, while Black Noir is less of a central figure in terms of plot-driving actions, his presence adds an element of fear and unpredictability. His silent, deadly nature makes him a constant threat, and his loyalty to Vought and the Seven adds tension to every scene he's in. His death at Homelander's hands also serves as a significant turning point, affecting the dynamics within the Seven and the broader story. So, there you have it. Black Noir is a complex character with significant differences between the comic and the TV show. His role and backstory are so rich and varied that it's exciting to see how the show will continue to develop him. From being a Homelander clone with a dark mission to a silent enforcer with a nut allergy, Black Noir's journey is full of twists and turns. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of The Boys and want more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. Let me know in the comments what you think about Black Noir's character. Do you prefer the comic version or the TV show adaptation? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.